Hello, my name is Jake Stelmach, and this is the oral presentation for Food Service Management Final Project. For the final project, I chose to interview Dushan Kadik, who is the owner and the night baker at Kadik Breads in Aurora, Illinois. He makes and bakes all the breads every night for them to sell, and he also makes business decisions on what products to sell, prices, and all that other sorts of stuff with his brother Marco. After high school, he left the United States and joined up with the French military, where he made the pastries and breads for all the soldiers. Instead of just sticking to the recipes, he messed around with them and made them better flavors, and the soldiers were really impressed by that. After he left the military, he went to the University of Illinois to study philosophy. While there, he worked at a bakery. And while at the bakery, he worked on making their breads and pastries better just by pure love and interest in the craft, and really made that business's products a million times better just by being there and doing little tweaks to the process on how they did it there. After while there, he met his future wife, Carissa, and they decided that they wanted to open up their own bakery, so they rented a place and some ovens for a year, and they saved up their money and did the same thing the next year. But then they used the money that they saved that year to make renovations to a location in Aurora where they currently are. And once they got to Aurora, they grew insanely fast and were doing way too much work for the size of the company that they were. So they've been downsizing the past couple years and are hoping that this is the year where it's just perfect, the right amount of work for the size of the company that they are. So he has a very interesting philosophy on managing everybody. He treats everybody that works for him like family. Like he's the older brother, and his parents left him in charge while they're away. Like he has a passion for the craft, and he wants to instill that passion onto everybody who comes into that door of his business and works for him. He just loves the craft and all the employees that have the same love for the craft as he does. Like he wants to make his employees happy. He wants happy employees because happy employees produce great products. Like there's only about 5 or 6 employees at the company, but they all have a passion and a drive in the industry of not just baking a pastry, but culinary altogether. They all love to cook and do stuff in the industry, and it's really a great environment to be in. He has a hard time finding employees to actually work for him because of the amount of work that you actually do have to put in at the business. He'll take anybody who has a passion for the culinary industry, and he'll train them. And he's had experience training them. He was a teacher at one point, or like a student teacher. I'm not sure exactly what, but he saw how the students and the people reacted to what he was teaching and how they learned best, and he kind of took that information from his past and tweaked it for the training at the company. But he'll take you and train you and grow that passion that you already have for the industry, and that's what he's really looking for. He's looking for somebody who already has a passion to be part of the industry and really loves what they're doing. And it's really hard to find people who are like that. So some of the things that have changed since the beginning, they made some mistakes in the beginning. Their 2 biggest mistakes. He said their first mistake was doing wholesale, selling wholesale to other companies that would then sell their bread to the customers. Because sometimes the bread wouldn't get sold right away, or wouldn't be frozen, and by the time people got to it, it would just be bad, and then they would remember that name as not having good quality products. So that was their first big mistake. They also did too much work for the wholesale at a very, very low profit margin. And the other thing that they said was their big issue was just coming into the area with a lot of arrogance. Yeah, they were doing good where they started, but they came in here thinking like, oh yeah, we're the best game in town and we haven't even started yet, and it distracted them from the actual craft and the work that actually goes into making the perfect loaf, which is what they are after in the end. What's changed is, like, when they first started, they were all about just like making money and succeeding with their business. Now it's gone back to more enjoying the craft and perfecting the loaves and high quality ingredients. Like they've really turned 180 degrees around and gone back to why they started this business, why they actually started making bread together in the first place. Some of the important lessons they learned is to, like, always, like, the one of the most important lessons that they told me that they learned was the fact that they always have the ability to change and be independent and do what they think will work for their company. There are really no restrictions on the products they can produce and where they can sell them, as long as they are accepted into the place where they're going to sell them, which is going to be farmers markets, is where they sell all of their products at. Like, they have some new challenges, which is mainly just like expanding their menu to encompass a much wider variety of products, as right now they just have breads and croissants, which are great. They're building blocks, but they are trying to get into some more advanced pastries and different types of fillings and things that they could do, but also still be able to sell them at farmers markets and be able to, like, eat and be eaten on the go and work for the customers that are buying them and where they are buying them at. Location is a huge part of his philosophy. Like, if you're in a bad location, like, and you have a storefront, like, you can't do anything about it. You just can't pick up your store and move it. There's a lot of work that goes into that. So, like, being a company that sells at markets for him is just like, we're mobile. We have a center where we bake everything, and then we just distribute it out to different people who go and sell it at the markets for us. And it's a really great operation. But before I go, his number one thing is communication between him and his employees. Like, no matter what, like, if you're the first person in that day and he's already gone, like, he's done his night baking, he's gone home to go to sleep, he'll have a note there for the first person to come in, tell them what they need to get done until the day manager comes in, and then, like, even while the day manager's there, like, they'll have other, like, side jobs they'll have to do throughout the day just to make sure that the business stays running smoothly and there's no, like, hiccups that he has to, like, take time out of his daily schedule and his busy schedule to deal with because, hey, this person messed up or whatever. So, like, his what drives him in his business is the strive for the perfect loaf and the strive for the perfect loaf and really interact and love what you do, and it'll make life so much better. Thank you.